Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the Turnover Machine podcast. I'm your host, Bennett, and I'm joined here by...
Hello, I am Gasmine, or as some people may know me on the Discord, Titans Bag.
Hello, I am Flylatory, and people might know me on the Discord as Dumpster Fire.
I am Link, and people on Discord know me as Link.
Or Trollman. Never forget the Trollman. Alright, so this is just sort of a bit of a startup podcast that we sort of just wanted to do. And we might as well just jump right into it. So, first off on our list, we have the NFL deadline.
Oh, yes.
So the first trade, one of the bigger trades to start that day, in my opinion, was the Golden Tate trade.
Oh, yeah.
Did anyone see him going to Philly?
I don't think
no,
anybody did.
I didn't see him going to Philly at all.
It's going to be interesting to see how Philly balances out him and Alshon Jeffrey. And what's his face, Aguilar?
Aguilar,
yes,
yeah.
Aguilar,
And
yeah.
is what's his face still on the team? No, he's not. LeGarrette Blount's on the Lions now.
Nice, yeah. He's a Lion.
Yeah. I honestly I didn't think Golden Tate would be even traded.
Really?
I didn't really think he'd be traded at all.
Considering he's like one of Detroit's top receivers.
He was their wide receiver.
Considering Detroit doesn't look like absolute shit this year, I thought they might keep him to make a probably a wild card playoff run. I think, but
but I guess not.
Well, here's the thing about Detroit. They don't need him.
No, not really.
They literally don't need him.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the Lions right now, they still have two really good receivers.
He's deaf, though.
Who would they? Marvin,
Kenny Galladay, and a Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones Jr. Speaking of which, I once saw a post on the Twitter. It was during week 1, when the Jets were facing against the Lions, and the caption read it was an image of Marvin Jones Jr. next to a player with a last name Jones, and it read, "This poor man just wanted to take his son out to a football game, and now they're playing for the Detroit Lions." So sad. Oh, it was so good.
That's nice.
I showed it to my dad, and he didn't get it because he's a boomer.
As for other trades that happened, I'm surprised that we didn't start off with the Amari Cooper trade.
Oh, fuck.
Well, I don't really care about them in order. So.
See,
I mean,
for those who've been living under a rock, Amari Cooper was traded to the Dallas Cowboys for a first-round pick to the Raiders.
Shut up.
The Raiders.
It was kind of surprising, but it's going to benefit, in my opinion, going to benefit the Dallas Cowboys because they're in desperate need of a number one receiver right now.
Yeah.
As for the Raiders, they have not been doing good right now, and unless
they needed to pick another first-round pick, they have 3 first-rounders this year.
It's most likely part of John Gruden's plan to just tank and rebuild.
John's plan parody song. John's plan.
Even though the Raiders kind of didn't really need to rebuild, I mean, before all the trades, I mean they were pretty decent. I mean, they weren't good enough to be a Super Bowl contender, but...
You know what I think it is? I think it's just that the players that they had did not fit John Gruden's old, hard-nosed football style. So he didn't really want them anymore. He wanted to get draft picks so he could draft players that would fit more into his system. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that we could take the piss out of them.
I would like to add that... I think the Cowboys overtraded for him, honestly.
If you look at all the other wide receiver trades,
first round pick. Good lord, man.
I will rebuttal. I don't think it was a bad thing because a lot of the main complaint I hear about from everybody is that he's too old. Well, that's not really the case because he's not even that much older than Calvin Ridley.
He's 6 months older.
I mean, sure, it was a first round pick for Amari Cooper. But you also got to remember that the Cowboys similar to the Raiders, don't really draft that well, unless it's like
Yeah,
third round where they always.
Yeah,
So lie. That's a lie.
how's Leighton Vander Esch been doing?
Really good.
All right, that's cool. That's good. All right, let me just get this out of the way. I'm a Falcons fan, and Fly here is a Dallas fan.
As the resident Cowboys fan, I would like to say it was an overtrade. Yes, we need a number one, but Golden Tate was on the market.
Well, I don't think anybody knew that Golden Tate was on the market until.
No one did until the Eagles.
Yeah,
Until.
until.
I think this would be. Oh, go ahead.
No. You go.
I think this would be, since we're mentioning teams that we like, I think this would be a good segue into the number one loser of the trade deadline. So for those who do not know, me and Link right here are unfortunately both Titans fans. Now, the Titans, for those who don't know, have lost their star tight end Delaney Walker due to a brutal leg injury at the beginning of the season. And while Corey Davis is really good, he's our only. It's only him that's really been carrying the receiving core. People have argued that Tajay Sharp is pretty good, but I mean, he's not a star by any means.
Not yet,
So,
at least.
anyways, the belief going into the trade or before the trade deadline was that the Titans would trade Tajay Sharp and a 4th rounder for Golden Tate of Detroit. For those who have been living under a rock, that did not happen. Link, would you like to elaborate a little bit more?
I'm sorry.
Would you
On the
like to
Golden
elaborate,
Tate.
Link?
Oh,
On tape.
honestly, like, I don't really have much to say about it. Like, I just think, I mean, it's cool that Philadelphia has another very good receiver.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I mean,
Maybe not to you.
I like how they think that they're still Super Bowl contenders despite their defense falling to crap.
Yes.
And
But I
then
think they needed-
and Doug
Go
Peterson
ahead.
finally living up to his mentor and donning the choking hat.
Yeah.
The thing, can I speak? The
Yes.
thing about Philly to me right now is you needed a secondary.
Yeah. Well,
Keep this in mind. Their secondary is garbage.
Yeah, is it? How old is Malcolm Jenkins?
30 something.
Oh, he's like he's
Oh,
practically a
he's
boomer.
like the only good player.
Yeah, but he's practically a boomer. He's not going to be around for much longer.
Yeah. Jalen Mills has been getting burned all year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you've been following EDP, man, it's the only player you hear. He's mad at the team.
Well, no. Well,
Yes.
but here's the thing: they're wasting Carson Wentz because Wentz has been doing good.
It's only his third year, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wentz has been doing really good.
Yeah,
this year.
yeah. Wentz has been really good this year, but I think that this year's like Patrick Mahomes is so far has been better than last year's Carson Wentz. Don't at me.
I can agree. Yeah, I can actually.
I
Agree.
can-
Probably.
And that's not
Okay.
Cowboy bias.
Although I don't think he's an MVP worthy because he has had one or two like games where he was a little shoddy. I think Todd Gurley right now is the front runner for the MVP.
Sure.
I think Breeze-
Absolutely.
He's
I think
running.
Breeze-
He is destroying it, just everything in his path.
He's
I think-
carrying my fantasy team, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, same here, dude.
I
The
think
only
it's
reason why
Breeze.
Breeze has been good. Yes, Breeze has been very good. But
He's
Todd,
going to be up there, but at the end of I get that. Oh, the end of the day, it's going to be Todd Gurley.
but Drew Brees
Breeze.
is just like he's transcending.
He's a top 4 QB of all time.
Yeah. Oh
So-
yeah. I think he might be like top 2, up there.
I
with,
can agree with that.
But he is with me.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah,
that
shut
doesn't
up.
matter
Yeah,
because they
shut
can
up,
actually
boomer.
win it this
Exactly.
year.
Shut up,
Okay,
liberal.
so for another trade that happened that I wouldn't say went under the radar. It was pretty controversial at its time, but with all the new trades that had happened, it kind of got buried under. Carlos Hyde to the Jaguars.
Oh
I
yeah.
forgot about that.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
I
my
heard
God.
about that.
I didn't forget about that trade, but I'm still just sort of like, well, yeah, why didn't you just
Yeah,
like get
well,
Tyrod
it's a bit-
Taylor?
It's
Why
a
didn't
bit
you just
confusing.
get Tyrod
for-
Taylor?
For a couple of reasons to start. Firstly, the Jags, as you just said, should have traded for a quarterback. That would have been the
Or at
main
least some
thing
more
they-
wide receiver help.
Yeah. because they have
Bortles
not been
is
doing
not
well
looking good
at all recently. And I'm also a bit confused about why they needed Carlos Hyde, to be honest with you, because sure, I get that their main running back, Leonard Fournette, is out.
But TJ Yeldon's been serviceable.
Yeah,
He's been doing pretty well.
Yeah, but it's like
who do you? My
like,
thing with this is, who would you rather have in this situation?
I'd rather have TJ Yeldon. Oh wait, hold on. Are you talking about between quarterback and running back?
No.
Oh, TJ.
I think I'd rather have Hyde.
I'd rather have TJ Yeldon. He's
Hyde had a terrible game.
I agree with Bennett.
Hyde had a terrible game.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say Yeldon at the moment because I don't know really. I mean, this is kind of narrowing from the trade a little bit. I don't really know what's going on with Carlos Hyde. Like with the Browns, he was I mean, he wasn't Todd Gurley levels, but he was doing pretty good. Like if you have him on fantasy, he's definitely a good running back option. But yeah, man, like he has not been doing good with the Jaguars at all. And,
yeah,
like,
so
of course,
it's only been one game.
Yeah, but still.
But like,
first impressions.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, they matter a lot.
Yeah. All right.
My thing with this, they still have no line, which I feel like is a reason why Bortles isn't doing so well. Because their O-line has been getting injured this year.
That is true, but that still doesn't excuse.
I still blame it on Bortles.
Yeah, it still doesn't excuse him coughing up the ball whenever he wants to.
Back to 2014, Blake Bortles.
Mm-hmm.
Just going back to like every Blake Bortles year except last year.
Yeah.
Like being honest.
Blake Bortles last year, he reminded me a lot of like Eli Manning.
Yeah, I can see that.
Blake Bortles had a good.
Yeah, last year Blake Bortles was good. He was a good quarterback last year. This year,
I guess he's going to be a one-year wonder, I guess.
Oh, boy. He's not the $20 million man that Jacksonville expected him to be.
Well, they needed that, too. Here's the thing. I can kind of get why you get him, but at the same time, you signed to that because he's your only QB that you are going to have right now.
Yeah.
But you would need something at some point.
Yeah, it's sort of like the whole like Tom Brady and what was Jimmy Garoppolo. Like Jimmy Garoppolo had already proven himself to be pretty good. Like he could possibly take over for Tom Brady, and then New England just sort of shipped him off to get injured.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The
Falcons. I'm really disappointed in the Falcons. They didn't really do much to replace any of their injuries on defense.
Well, we have Deion Jones come back in one.
That is true, but we are both of our Pro Bowl safeties are still injured. Robert Alford and
Keanu
Neal. Not Robert Alford, my bad. Ricardo Allen.
Freeman is still out.
Yeah, Freeman is still out, though Tevin Coleman and Ito Smith are doing very well in their place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the Falcons' offense has no issues. Maybe the line's a bit shaky, but other than that, we have one of the most potent offenses next to the Rams and the Chiefs.
Not only could get Julio to score.
Well, Julio doesn't need to score. That's the thing. He just has to get us.
Titans had no offense.
That's the thing. Julio just needs to like get into position. Get us into scoring position, and then all of our smaller, a bit more nimble receivers
can just walk in there.
Yeah, can just get in there because Julio Jones, he's fast, but he's not really like the nimble.
Small.
He's definitely not small. He has a lot of area to be tackled in.
Mm-hmm.
He's also older than say a Calvin Ridley or a Marvin Smith. So one of those smaller receivers that can just sort of like. Just sort of outrun them and also sort of juke under them,
Yeah.
If all else fails, we could just get Mohamed Sanu to pass to Julio Jones, and that's a guaranteed touchdown because Mohamed Sanu is 6 for 6 in the NFL.
Next trade that I don't know how this went because I didn't really pay attention to the lines. Damon Snacks Harrison for a 5th rounder.
I don't really have much to say on this.
Yeah, same.
There's this trade I've been kept my eye on. Like as soon as I read it, I kind of like got a little interested. Texans got Demaryius Thomas from the Broncos for.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about
He
that.
gets to drop passes in Houston.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, no,
I
but
just
this is...
Well, after
about
Will
it.
Fuller went down, I mean, I understand why the Texans.
Oh,
got him
yeah,
because
absolutely.
They kind of need
Oh,
another
yeah.
wide receiver.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, if, like, Demaryius Thomas, it was very clear that he needs a good quarterback to succeed because after Peyton Manning left, he was not...
no one.
He's
he was
not the
exposed.
same Bronco that he was. And now that he has Deshaun Watson, who has, despite injuries... and maybe a little bit of underachieving this year, has been pretty good, and he still has a lot of hype surrounding him.
Yeah, he's been decent.
I think he's been good.
You know, being a Clemson product out of
Yeah.
the last, half a decade.
He had a
And
pretty
with-
good game last
and with
Thursday.
the with the connection, the Clemson connection, with him and Hop.
Yeah, that's right. Now, and the final trade, the one that I laughed at, Eli Apple to the Saints.
You got burnt.
I don't understand why
Oh,
the Saints would do that.
Let me say something about the trade. It's not bad.
It
Let me
wasn't.
tell you why. A young cornerback playing the best football of his career. He's developing. I don't know if he's been a cancer in the locker room this year yet, but it's looking good.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking good, but there's just so much that can go wrong so fast.
My thing about this is the Giants in both trades did not get enough value. I feel like the Giants
Oh, absolutely not.
would have gone a third rounder out of Eli Apple. I feel like the Giants could have gone a second rounder out of Damon Snacks Harrison.
Well, how would
They're
you
not
know that?
capitalizing on
How would you
value.
know that you're just a dirty Cowboys fan?
Shut up. Like it's not. Sounds like bias, but it isn't.
All right.
And they're stupid. And they could have traded a lot more people too. Landon Collins got pissed off after the Damon trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to trade away Landon Collins. You kidding me? He's a stud. He's an absolute stud.
Yeah.
They're keeping
He's a
him.
monster.
He's going to be like the Freddie Freeman of sorts.
I can
Yeah.
say that.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've gone over the more notable trades.
And speaking of Freddie Freeman, let's transition to baseball.
Yeah.
Segue. God, that was awful. All right.
I like it.
Actually, no. Before we do the MLB stuff, let's go over the pickups for this week. Who we
Yes.
think will
All
win.
right.
This is
All right.
this is being recorded right before week 9 of the
The
2000
Thursday game just happened,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Thursday game.
so we won't be talking about
Thursday
that.
game
The
happened.
Tank Bowl 3.
Tank
Yeah.
Bowl 3.
Yes.
Yes.
I guess we can
Alright,
do quick
so-
comments about that very bad game.
Let's do quick.
I mean, Mike Mullins looked good. Matt Mullins was
George
his name.
Kittle is a monster.
Matt Breda's still got it.
The Raiders look worse than I expected.
Oh my
I
god!
expected them
I
to
don't think anybody expected the Raiders to be this awful. This is like
No.
This is like 2007 vintage Raiders. These
Yeah,
are
they look
bad. Oh my gosh, they are just putrid to look at.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right.
So, first game. First one of the first noon games that I have right here. Jets at Miami.
Jets at Miami. Who boy? This is
Jets.
Jets. Really? Why is that? Why you say
I don't
that?
think Miami's defense is that good.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Maybe.
I get that's at Miami, but like, the Jets can activate a run game. They've proven that. Sam Darnold looks decent.
Yeah, Sam Darnold does. Although
For me, I think this all depends on
whether
are
the
the
Jets,
receivers healthy? Are the Jets receivers healthy?
I think this completely depends on whether the Jets are the Jets or not, and you know exactly what I mean.
Yeah,
I would
do.
agree.
All right.
Is Ryan Tannehill or Brock Osweiler playing?
I have not seen.
Ooh, I don't know. It might be. If it's Tannehill, then I'm edging towards Miami. But if it's Brock Osweiler, then I'm edging towards the Jets.
Oh, no.
I would agree.
I'm going to go with the Jets on this one. I think the Jets, coming off a pretty tough loss to Chicago and Minnesota. So,
Well, that's
Oh
Two
yeah,
games
they got mauled. They got mauled by
If I-
Chicago.
If I have to make,
I think they could. I think this will be a good recovery game for them, but it's gonna be a very close one. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, all right.
If I have to make a pick really quick before we move on to the next game,
Hold on.
I'm gonna say the Dolphins. If they have Tannehill,
Tannehill
if
has
they,
been ruled.
if they don't, then I think.
Oh,
Jets
sorry.
will win.
What? Sorry. What's this? Fly?
Tannehill has been ruled out.
All right, then I'm going with
Alright, then.
Jets.
Jets, yeah, I'm going with Jets.
All right, cool.
Brock Osweiler.
All right, next game. We've got the good old NFC North rivalry: Pittsburgh versus Baltimore.
Say NFC North.
And it's oof.
You mean
oof,
AFC?
Oof. Sorry, my bad.
Oh,
Can't do this
AFC
all
North.
over again.
this is tough for me. I really like the Ravens in this matchup. I also like the Steelers.
Who would want to like the Steelers? Fly.
I like them in this matchup.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I don't know. The Ravens have not looked good over the past couple of weeks, so I think I'm gonna go Pittsburgh as much as I don't want to. I think they're gonna not only do they just like looked better, but they're also gonna be playing with a sort of passion due to the tragedy at the Tree of Life synagogue. They're gonna try and make their city as proud as it could be. They're gonna play with a fire and a passion to just make their city proud. So I think I'm gonna go Steelers.
I think that the Ravens are kind of having a problem that the rest of some AFC teams are having, which is a consistency problem. There's a lot of teams right now that looked like decent, and then they're now in like 3-game losing streaks.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, I could name Titans as well. But as for Ravens versus Steelers, I mean, if the Ravens continue what they've been doing recently, it's going to be a quick game, and the Steelers are going to win it. Now, if the Ravens go back to form that we saw a few weeks ago, then I think the Ravens can win easily because the Steelers' defense hasn't been as lights out as it used to be.
The
Oh, yeah.
Steelers,
No, definitely
especially the
no.
secondary.
Yeah.
I'm still going to
Secondary
go with
looks
Steelers.
terrible.
I'm gonna go Steelers.
I'm going the Ravens.
Can I just go on a quick tangent for a little bit? Screw Alex Collins. Just screw Alex Collins. I picked him in my family league, which is a paid league. I paid $50 to get in, and my dad said, "Hey, you should pick Alex Collins. He's projected to be pretty good, and he's been underachieving massively. So screw Alex Collins. Old man Adrian Peterson is doing better than you." Speaking of which, let's go Atlanta versus
Wait, I
Washington.
did not give my pick.
Okay.
I didn't get my pick either. Shut up.
Give me the Ravens.
All right.
I'm just gonna make this
I
quick and simple.
really think that Ravens defense can do stuff. That is one of the best defenses in this league.
Go ahead, Link.
I'm just gonna make this quick. Judging off last game when these two met, I mean, Baltimore went into Heinz Field, played pretty well against Steelers. I think it's gonna be the opposite. I got the Steelers.
All right. And as I mentioned Adrian Peterson before, let's go into Atlanta Falcons versus Washington Redskins. As much as I want to say that the Falcons are going to win, I don't see it. I just don't see it with how just battered and broken this defense is.
Can I say something here?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, go ahead.
I like this Redskins defense. I like how they're actually doing really well this year, and that's coming from a Cowboys fan.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate to say that.
I'm
thinking the Redskins, especially with that pickup of Auckland.
Oh yeah. Oh, we forgot to talk about that. To sum it up, haha at Green Bay. There we go. Haha at Green Bay. All
Green
right.
Bay.
It looks like they're finally blowing it up.
Yeah, I like the Redskins.
Yeah,
in this
and
matchup.
now that they have Josh Norman's gonna have a hell of a time trying to cover any one of our receivers. I think the one he has the best chance against is Mohamed Sanu. But Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley, he is going to have to play the game of his life if he's going to shut down.
He's not fast anymore.
Yeah, but he's still very, very talented. He's still a very talented cornerback.
So, Link, what do you want to say about the game?
I think this is a match between two pretty talented teams. Washington is probably one of the most surprising teams this year.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think anybody expected Adrian Peterson to turn back the clock like 6 years.
No one did. Yeah.
But I do have the Redskins winning this one.
As for my prediction, I think the Redskins are good, but I also think that a lot of their success comes from their kind of weak division. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is gonna be a competitive game.
Here we go now, where the Redskins.
Calvin Ridley's gonna bring it in for the Falcons, and I'm gonna go ahead and say Falcons win. As much as a lot of people want to say safe, go for Redskins. So I don't regret it. I'm saying Falcons got this game.
Yeah.
I accidentally clicked on one of the games, and so it just blasted the preview for it.
I'd like to say about the
NFL.com.
Atlanta-Washington game, according to the ESPN matchup predictor, it's pretty almost down the line. Like both teams are at like a 49% like chance of winning with like a 0.4% of a tie.
The next game I would like to talk about is Lions-Vikings.
Yes.
Boy, the two most tortured franchises in all of the NFL. Maybe I think the Detroit Lions are the most tortured. They have won one playoff game in 60 years. Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, just so much failure. I don't think there's even a question that the Detroit Lions are the most tortured fan base.
Yeah. Let's talk about this game.
All right, sure.
I think it's close.
I think it's close too. Although I'm gonna give it to the Vikings.
I got it to the Vikings, and I have it by a long shot.
Yeah,
I got to the Vikings.
I have it by like, if I were to give a score, if I were to give it a score, I'd give it like 35-20 final.
I'll give it Minnesota. I said it was gonna be close. I really want to say it's a 2-point game. I really want to say 10 to. Wait, no, it's a 3-point game, 10-7.
I mean, the Lions did not have an impressive game last week in Seattle. I don't think they're going to have a good one this week, so I got Minnesota.
It's really tough because both teams look decent. Yeah, I know it's weird to say for the Lions this year.
Yeah.
But it's kind of true.
Yeah.
It is.
So, as for our next game that I'll move us on to, we have the Chiefs versus the Browns, and I don't think any of us here are expecting the Browns to win.
No, absolutely not.
I think the thing that I think a lot of people are interested to know is, will the Browns defense? Okay, let's just say this: how many of you guys think that the Browns are gonna stop KC from? I mean, Kansas City's probably gonna win, but like, how badly will Cleveland get blown out?
I think
I like Cleveland's defense.
I do too, but I think Cleveland's gonna get walloped.
Yeah.
I like Cleveland's defense, but I really like the Chiefs offense. Like, this is probably one of the most stacked offenses I've seen in a while.
Oh yeah, well, we've got Los Angeles in the opposite.
Well, yeah, also Los Angeles. I mean, these two are like
the Rams, not the Chargers. Don't get mistaken.
Yeah, we know.
These are like probably like the two like Super Bowl favorite teams, unless the Chiefs choke again.
The Saints are also their favorite, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Saints, but
we're gonna save that matchup for a little bit later.
The next game.
Let's go on.
I would like to talk the next noon game.
Yeah, let's go.
I would like to talk about Bears-Bills.
Bears-Bills. Oof. Bears.
So,
the Bears are gonna take Buffalo to town and then just like shove beer bottles just down their throat.
To make this quick, everybody saw what happened last week when a incompetent team went against a Bears defense. That Bears defense didn't even have
a challenge.
Oh well, they didn't even have crap. What's his name?
Hold on, I think I just realized this is the fourth week in a row that this will be the fourth game in a row where the Bears have played an AFC East opponent. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Because it was Patriots, then it was
Jets.
No, it was Dolphins, then it was Patriots, then it was Jets, and now it's Bills.
Oh, so yeah, and last week when the Bears annihilated the Jets, they didn't even have Khalil Mack, if you guys remember correctly.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember
that's
that.
right. Yeah.
So they're gonna have him against the Bills, dude, and the Bills.
Oh my
they
God,
have-
dude.
they have one of the worst
The Bills might as well just like forfeit the rest of the
Yeah,
season.
this is
It's
not
depressing to watch.
This
at
is not
point.
going to be a good match.
This is going to be the first time in a long time that Buffalo isn't mediocre, but they're just straight up trash.
Yeah,
So
I think the Bills are going to be demolished
Terrible.
Absolutely.
so.
yeah.
We all say Bears, right?
by the Bears of all teams.
Bears.
Well, the Bears
Bears
actually
actually
look
good,
decent
though.
this year.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah, they made
That
they
defense.
like
That
like they are
defense.
just gift wrapped Khalil Mack. Even if they did pay a steep price for him, he's been performing worthy of those first round draft picks.
Well, I think the thing with the Bears too, and I think this is the thing that a lot of people don't talk about. Sure, their defense is really great, but one of the things I would like to say about the Bears is that they've really helped out Mitchell Trubisky. Like they've given him weapons to
Yeah.
go to and use.
Taylor
And I
Gabriel,
think-
God
I
bless.
think
Allen Robinson.
their new head coach, has also done a really good job.
Matt Nagy.
Yeah.
They have
So,
Allen Robinson. Trey Burton.
I honestly think the Bears, besides the Saints, are the other team that could really stop not. Oh my God.
Whoa, whoa. Stan
Kroenke's
Kroenke's gonna get mad at you. He's gonna send his dogs after you.
Yeah, sorry everybody. I'm a Titans fan, and I've known them as the St. Louis Rams for quite a while now.
I wonder why.
It's still a little bit getting used to it. So, anyways, let's everybody. Yeah, I think everybody here said Bears are gonna take this game.
Yeah, Bears.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
As
Not
for
even
as for
close.
our last noon game, we have the Buccaneers and the Panthers.
Buccaneers are gonna get smashed.
Well,
Smashed.
I'm going with the
I
Bucks.
mean,
The fuck? What are you on?
Well, actually,
Nothing.
it's not a bad decision because the
Not a
Bucks
bad
actually beat the Panthers last year in the final.
And Fitzpatrick is playing.
Magic is back,
Fitz
baby.
magic is back. I'm not.
man,
I am not buying it. I think the Panthers are gonna beat him.
I mean, I can see it. That's
I
the
don't know.
thing,
This is
I
the
can
same
see
team that
it.
lost to the Bears last year, though, when the Bears weren't as good as they are now.
Well,
So
yeah.
Yeah, but a lot has changed since then. Jerry
I'm
Richardson's no
gonna
longer the
say-
owner, or he's trying to sell it.
I'm gonna say safe wise, yeah, definitely. I'll probably go Panthers, but I could totally see it going either way.
I'm
Oh
going.
yeah.
I'm Carolina all the way, and I don't think it's gonna be like an either way competition at all.
Well, then again, the Bucks have the worst secondary in the league.
Oh, they have such a bad defense. You kidding me, bro? Their defense is bad.
Well, other than Levante David.
Yeah, freaking what has Vita Vea done other than get injured?
He got hurt.
yeah, I also have the
Yeah,
Panthers in this
yeah.
one. I mean, Cam Newton looks pretty unstoppable right now. He had a very good game against
Which is
Baltimore this
worrying.
week, and I think he's going to have a very good game against Tampa Bay this Sunday.
All right.
All right.
Moving
The
on
next
to
game.
moving on to our next game, we have a sort of nice twist of fate: Houston versus Denver. Demaryius Thomas, almost instantly after being traded, will be facing against the team that he was traded from.
And it's in Denver.
Yeah, and they will be honoring Demaryius Thomas.
It's actually nice.
Yeah,
It's a really nice
it's
thing.
very nice. I think Houston.
Too bad
I-
Houston will win this game.
Yeah, that's too
I
bad.
don't know.
But because Case Keenum is not elite. He's not an
No.
elite quarterback.
The thing I'm going to say here is that with this game, from a standpoint, I am trying not to be biased because I don't want the Texans to win for reasons, but I could see it going either way. I mean, the Broncos are very inconsistent. That's kind of their main issue.
That's always been
Um,
their issue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But the thing is, this is the same team that only lost to the Rams by 3 points and has so far this season limited them to the least amount of points all season in a one
Yeah.
game that they've had.
That is
So,
true.
I would definitely say that the obvious pick from most people would definitely be Houston, but I would also say that Denver can sneak one out.
All right.
Yeah, I can see it.
okay.
All right. Next game, we have the Los.
I think Texans.
All right, cool.
That's
Next,
Don't we? This isn't Chargers.
Next game is Chargers. Seahawks.
Chargers Seahawks. Boy.
Chargers.
Very interesting
Chargers.
game.
Definitely Chargers.
Chargers, yeah. Chargers.
Yeah. I don't really
It's an interesting game. Y'all instantly go for the Chargers.
Yeah, I don't.
that
I don't
Chargers
there's
I'm
a
gonna
lot
agree
to
with you on
talk
that.
about.
I got the Chargers in this one.
Well, that
Yeah.
Chargers D line against the.
Yeah, I
Seahawks
honestly
line.
don't see why the Chargers don't just like lose every single game for the rest of the season, so they could get Nick Bosa and Joey Bosa.
So we have
They
two
should do
very.
that. Like, I'm not, no joke. I'm being serious. They should do that.
So we have two very huge matchups for the rest of that Sunday at 3:25 and 7.
My opinion, the match of the week.
So we're gonna go ahead and do the 3:25. Honestly, I was wanting to save this one for last because it is probably the most hyped match of maybe even the season.
I'd say the season. The only match that could be more hyped would be Kansas City versus Los Angeles.
Yeah. So let's just say what it is. It is the Rams versus the Saints.
In New Orleans.
These two faced off last year, and it was an amazing game that came down to a fake kick, not a fake kick, a onside kick that the Saints lost and the Rams won the game. However, before that, it was a very close game. Now these two are facing back against each other again, with the Rams being an honestly more even formidable foe, currently 8-0, with the Saints having a just amazing year with Alvin
6 in a
Kamara
row.
and Drew Brees.
Wait,
So
yeah, 6 in a row.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
won 6 in a row. They are very hot, and honestly, I hate myself for saying this. I think New Orleans is gonna win. You might call me you might call me crazy, but dude, there's the Superdome does something to teams. It's very loud in the Superdome.
Yeah, the ESPN matchup predictor. 50-50.
Oh wow, it's
Of
literally
course.
yeah, especially because of last week where the Rams didn't look that
Tough.
they didn't look high and mighty like they have been hyped up to be, which they are.
My opinion on this.
They are still the class of the league. Don't get any of us wrong, but they did not look like the class of the league last week.
No. I'm going to say something here.
This could be a preview of the NFC Championship.
That's what I was about to say.
You-
That's what I was
oh,
about to
what?
say.
Yeah,
That's
you know
what I
what?
was about to
Yeah.
say. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, how many more times do you want to say it?
Don't fucking collapse again.
This is the NFC Championship. I don't care
wouldn't
what you
say
say.
that
This is the NFC
because
Championship.
everybody thought the Rams were going to go to the NFC Championship last year. They lost
That
in the
is
first round.
well. Actually, no. I think most people thought it would be Eagles and Actually, no.
Rams.
You're right. No, you're right. No, it would have been Rams Vikings because Nick Foles was starting, and nobody knew that Nick Foles would whip out his gigantic cock and to just slap it all over the NFC and Tom Brady. Big dick.
So let's just say I'm gonna go ahead and say my prediction for this, and then Link and Dumpster Fire and everybody else can. This is going to be a shootout. Their defenses, I do know that everybody likes Aaron Donald, but their defenses, they both allow a lot of points, and they both rely on scoring a lot. As Bennett said, the Superdome is definitely something that's gonna be interesting to see how it affects the Rams and the Saints. Because
you kidding me? The Saints, they play at it all the time. They are used to the noise.
As the meme says, Drew Brees is considered a dome baby. So I honestly, this is one that I honestly can't predict well. But if I'm going to be honest, there's any team in the league that's going to stop the Rams or make the Rams lose one game, it's going to be the Saints. And the only reason it's going to be the Saints is because, unlike the Packers, they also have, like the Packers, they do have a generational quarterback. But the thing about the Saints is a little bit different from the Packers, to say the least. It's not a one-man team. You got...
Oh, hell no.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They got Mark Ingram. They got Alvin Kamara.
Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas is having a breakout season.
I mean, the thing is that this team is not a one-man
Cam
band.
Jordan.
It's an elite squad that's been around for maybe not too long, but it's been there for a few years. The foundations of it,
which are Mark Ingram and what's his face, Drew Brees.
Yes. So this team has experience, which some of the Rams do, but not all. So I would say that if you wanted to, say the Rams are going to lose a game, this is going to be it.
Yeah, this would be probably the one game all year.
I'm gonna
Besides
say
Val.
Kansas
Here's the
City.
thing. This is probably going to be the biggest takeaway. Like the biggest thing about this. New Orleans has the best the best rushing defense in the league, so they could potentially shut down Todd Gurley. But
That is very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
however, they do have offensive weapons, which on wide receivers and such, that the Saints are. I mean, they are right currently. Holy shit, where's it at? But anyway, 21st in passing defense.
Oh
So
yeah.
that could really be the big
Yeah.
effect in this game. However, I have the Saints just beating the undefeated Rams.
Yep. All right.
My
On to our
prediction.
last two games. Oh wait, go
Give
ahead.
me the Rams. I mean, not the Rams. The Saints.
Yeah.
Saints?
Wow. Are we a clean sweep for the Saints?
I think the Saints
I
are
think
the
we
best
are.
team. I
Yeah,
think the
wow.
Saints are the best team in the NFC.
So
What?
we're
Whoa.
now-
Whoa. Hey. Whoa. You're gonna say that?
Yeah,
You're just gonna. All right.
I'm gonna cleanly say that. Not based on talent wise, just how everyone on that team is clicking.
That is true. All right.
The thing about them is, it doesn't matter where they're ranked. So if they're 21st in passing, they can shut you down no matter what.
Yeah.
I think we're on to our last two matches. Well, the last Sunday match. I think.
Sunday
Mon-
night match is a really it's a shootout.
Yeah.
Green Bay in New England. Ooh,
Oh my gosh, dude. This.
Bennett, let's
I'm
let you
as
go
much as I
first.
hate to say this. Give me the Patriots.
Yeah. I mean,
Honestly,
the Patriots.
The Packers passing defense is even worse now.
The Packers just don't look good, man.
They look sloppy.
It's somehow even more of a one-man team than it was before. I didn't think they could do that, but they did
It's
it.
because now that, Mike McCarthy, my bad.
Don't mention malarkey around these two.
It is. It's a bad coach. It's a bad coach.
But yeah.
He's only successful because Aaron Rodgers.
Link, go ahead and say your comments because I have a kind of a little bit of I wouldn't say lengthy, but a little bit of a in-depth thing.
Yeah, I do agree on the Packers, falling to shit. Also, kind of forgot to mention, for trade deadline, Clinton Dix got traded.
Ty Montgomery also did.
Oh yeah, because he fumbled that pass. Lol.
Yes.
But anyway, other than that, we have a showdown between
Wait,
probably the
no,
two
no,
best
no.
quarterbacks of the millennium.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Wait, don't.
No. He's right. We have Aaron Rodgers versus
Tom Brady.
Not my Drew Brees.
Well,
So-
it said
Yeah,
it's two of the best. All right,
Yeah, I know,
buddy.
I know.
Buddy.
I know. Shush.
So this match for me, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Aaron Rodgers, I believe, has actually beaten Tom Brady most of the time. When
They've
these
only
two
played like
teams-
twice.
I think he's still beating Tom Brady most of the time. However, there is some things. So the last few times they've played, the Packers team was definitely not just as like one-man army. So that is a big thing. But you also have to remember that the Patriots, even though that they're starting to do better now, which is something that commonly happens where they'll have a slow start and get better over the years. The Patriots also are definitely not as good as they used to be. So this could really go anyway. I'm gonna say that Green Bay pulls a miracle, Foxborough, but it's not gonna be by a wide margin. It's gonna be a close game.
I'm going Patriots.
All right.
I just don't think the Packers defense is
Yeah,
good.
no, I don't think they're up to it. All right,
Link.
and
Oh, wait, never
The
mind.
final game.
final
This is
game.
a weird game because both offenses are trash.
I'm gonna let
defense is the opposite.
I'm going to let you three deal with this because they are all
Here's
your
the thing about
teams.
this
Take it
game.
away, boys.
Hold on. Here's the thing about this game. The offenses are garbage, but it's the two top red zone defenses.
So, for those who do not know who we're talking about, it is Monday Night Football of
Cowboys
Tennessee Titans
at
versus
Dallas.
the Dallas Cowboys. So, as we mentioned earlier, Flylatory here is a Dallas Cowboys fan. Link here is a Titans fan, and I am a Titans fan too, but I also live in Dallas. So I have the very misfortune of being a Titans fan in Dallas right now.
All right.
So
Let's speak.
Flylatory, because you're the only Cowboys fan, let me just start with you and say your opinions.
This is Amari Cooper's debut. There are doubts about Amari Cooper because he has one of the higher drop ratings in the league. But that guy can, when he can actually do stuff, he can do stuff. I think it's close. I'm going to say Dallas barely squeezes by on a game-winning field goal.
Link, go ahead.
All right, so let me get this out of the way. This is according to ESPN, so I don't know if this is correct or not, but this is total, in terms of ranking, the Titans are 31st on offense in total yardage. The Dallas Cowboys are number 1 in total defense. That should go ahead and tell you my prediction, even though I'm a Titans fan, and our kicker is probably going to be the only person putting up points tonight or Monday night.
So, for my prediction, it goes a little bit just beyond the game. It also, this game is kind of a very important game for the Titans.
And Dallas.
And Dallas, too. Dallas for other reasons, mainly because they want to see how Amari Cooper does. And it also kind of keeps them alive in the division race. So, this game, as Link said, the Titans have not been good at all on offense.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, it really, they're very bad, and this really is crappy.
It's like right here, league rankings on the. Sorry, I said I would let you guys handle this, but it says right here, league rankings, Titans are 31st.
Yes, and this is really surprising coming off the fact that we have the former Rams OC. So the thing about this game is that the Titans are also very inconsistent, but they've been on a losing streak right now. So as much as I hate to say it, referring to a very special doctor who always likes to shout 7 and 9 memes because it's apparently funny. If the Titans lose this game, I think playoffs for them are out of the picture, and I think it's not going to be a very good time to be a Titans fan. If they win this game, I'm not going to say that playoffs are guaranteed, but they fight to live another day. And if they can continue off that momentum, there's some good things in their future. However, as a Titans fan and as a person who's seen Dallas play, this is going to be a really ugly game to watch.
Oh, yeah.
These teams that in the past have played a couple of times. And for those who do not know, there was an incident where one of the former Titans players stomped a Cowboys player's helmet. So these two do not get along well when they do play. Typically, it's either a blowout by one of the teams or just a very ugly match of football.
It's going to be ugly.
My prediction is that the Cowboys will probably win 26-16. I think the Titans' best option, because another thing was, and I mentioned this thing, the Titans did not trade for any receivers, and it's even worse when you find out that it was Mariota's birthday when the trade deadline was.
Got him.
So I think the Titans are going to lose. I think the organization is going to go into flames because we're, losing a lot of ground. And I honestly think it's going to be worse, get worse because there's a lot of contracts that are kind of up in the air, and it's not going to be good. This is one of those games where whoever loses is going to have a very bad future in front of them. So.
All right. And now that you two have discussed it, I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
I think we all said Dallas.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
All right,
and that ends the pick'ems. That took a long while. All right, and now we have, personally, the section that I was looking the most forward to, the MLB offseason. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
This is going to be very exciting to watch. Last offseason was very boring, but ironically enough, last postseason was probably one of the most exciting postseasons ever, period.
Yes.
But the offseason was very boring. This year, it seems to be the opposite. The postseason was very
It
boring.
was total garbage.
Was very boring with the exception of even the Milwaukee Dodgers series wasn't really all that great. But this offseason is looking to be a doozy. This could affect teams' futures going into 10 years from now. This will be massive.
All right, let's just all get this out of the way. Clayton Kershaw did resign.
Yes, he did. He will be staying with the Dodgers for 3 more years, at least.
Is that a bit of an overpayment?
No, he's the greatest pitcher of this generation. What are you
He's the
talking
greatest
about?
regular season pitcher.
What are you talking about? He's the greatest pitcher of this generation. Of
He
course,
doesn't seem to do well in the World Series, though.
No, not in the World Series. But to be fair, Chris Sale didn't look that good in Game 1 of the World Series as well.
No.
The Dodgers didn't look
Game
good,
1,
period.
Game 1 was just really ugly to watch. To be honest, it was just ugly. Anyways,
So there's a little more things that happened today.
so probably
The
the
D-backs sent off. Hold on, can I say this? The D-backs sent qualifying offers to Bullock and Corbin.
Oh yeah, they if Arizona can't get them back, they might as well blow up their roster and just rebuild.
Weren't they already gonna do that?
I mean, there were reports of it, but I highly doubt that was going to happen. But if they can't get Corbin or Pollock back, they might as well just sell everybody off for everything they're worth because Pollock is like the soul of the team in a way, along with Peralta. They're like the soul of the team, sort of like how Brock Holt is the soul of the Red Sox. But and Corbin is just their ace. Corbin is just amazing.
I thought Greinke was no.
No, Patrick Corbin was.
He was great this year. I know that.
If I'm not mistaken, Corbin was better this year.
Yeah.
I must be mistaken.
I want to address this now, so we can just get this out of the way. This is about the Indians. Oh boy. Okay, so the Indians are listing offers for Edwin Encarnacion, Corey Kluber, and Carrasco.
Carrasco. You have dyslexia.
Shut up. Yeah, so they're dead.
the Indians are dead in the river.
They are.
They're only making
river.
the playoffs because their division is weak.
They're dead in that river that catches on fire.
Yeah,
but they can make the playoffs. That's the thing. They can make the playoffs because their division is dog shit.
Yeah, actually though.
It really is.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let's talk about one thing. The White Sox. They have a chance next year. Out of all the teams in their division, they have the biggest chance of breaking out because the Twins, they just look futile. They look like they are going to be stuck in futility for the next couple of years. But the White Sox, they got Kopech, they have Abreu, Tim Anderson, Yoan Moncada. They have a lot of Adam Engel.
Talent.
The Adam Engel is looking to be like a Gold Glove contender next season if he can keep up that 3 home run robbing from 2 of which from the Yankees. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, tickle, tickle. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Link, Titans fag, or Gasmine, and I are all Braves fans. And Mr. Flylatory here is a dirty Yankees fan.
Yeah, we would have.
Is this even fair? Like, we're three Braves fans and a Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, we can't really control. We can't control.
Who needs diversity? Am I right?
We can't control where we were born and who we root for. Except for Fly, he did choose who we root for, but that's besides the point.
What? I actually was born in New York.
Yeah, I know, but then you just choose Texas teams because you live in Texas.
Funny enough, me and Fly are both live in Texas, as I've said. Yeah, we don't root for the Rangers or the Astros. As well,
the Astros.
in the way that, we like them. So Yeah, Fly is a Yankees fan. I'm a Braves fan. Because I hate the Rangers so goddamn much. So.
And also, you were born in Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken.
I was not born in Tennessee. I lived there for a long time.
For a long time, and because the Braves are the team of the South.
Yes.
You know.
Well, anyways, so let's go ahead and
let's dive into the free agency.
Let's dive into it.
Yeah, dive into it.
So probably the biggest way to just fucking flex your worth. Bryce Harper announces he's the cover athlete for MLB The Show 19, and his jersey is blank. What a fucking massive flex! Oh my gosh!
Let's just all get this out of the way.
Fuck Bryce Harper.
He signs with the Cubs. Fuck the Cubs.
Actually, go ahead. Hey, quick. Let's make this quick. Bryce Harper is definitely the main thing that a lot of people want to know about. Who do you guys think Bryce Harper's signing with? Let's just say get that out.
Highest bidder.
I want to say the Cubs, but now that I think about it, the Cardinals might actually want to go after him.
I can see the Cardinals.
I don't people said he did not have a very good season this year, and I agree. It's probably because he wanted to get out. Just this is his big farewell to the Nationals.
Well, his career's been wasted
fuck
there.
y'all.
Yeah.
I'm going to a team that actually will get me a ring.
I really see. I can see the Cubs. I can see the Cardinals.
That's it,
I can
though.
see just the highest bidder straight out.
And the biggest long shot, but one that's still actually likely, is the Braves, because they do need a new outfielder.
Why can I see that?
But because they need a new outfielder, because Nick Markakis is a free agent, and we aren't bringing him back. As much as he had a good season, he did fall off really hard towards the end.
Well, he's also in multiple interviews. If you look at his wording, he's always talking about the Braves as they, not we. So he's definitely not considering himself, as much as I hate to say, because I love Markakis.
Oh yeah, Kakis is great.
He's definitely going somewhere else.
Yeah.
As for Bryce Harper on the Braves, before I say who I think he's going to end up with, I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think he likes the Nationals personally, but I also don't think he wants to stay in the division. I think he's going to go somewhere else.
He might. He just might.
I mean, but again, it might be a highest bidder situation. I don't think the Braves are going to look for a hitter because they already got a couple of those.
Yeah, I think the Braves' biggest one is we have to find
a pitcher,
a little bit more
bullpen
in the rotation.
Yeah.
So,
but if we were to find another batter, we would want to find someone with a lot of slugging power, because while we do have a lot of good home run hitters, we don't have that one true pure slugger.
Hitter.
Yeah.
No. We have a pure hitter. That's Freddie. We got Freddie Freeman, but we don't have a slugger, a man who could just smash dingers like a Giancarlo, or
we have a
Judge,
or Kyle Schwarber, or
before we dive deeper into the Braves, I will say my hot take on who I think Bryce Harper will be with. So Flylatory earlier was mentioning highest bidder, and while I do think Cubs is probably likely, I have had this very roaring suspicion. And everybody's hated me for saying this, but I honestly think Bryce Harper may end up with the Rangers just because they are the type of organization that thinks that if they spend the most money on a star player, that he's going to fix their team.
You know what?
That's the thing. They're the only organization that's stupid enough to do that.
You know what?
And
I can't argue with you.
And right now, with the Astros single-handedly, guess what? Listen. You know, everybody's like, oh, well, the Astros bandwagon is falling apart because they lost in the what is it?
ALCS.
LCS. Well, listen, you gotta understand this. It doesn't matter if they did that. People still like them because the Rangers are fucking ass.
Yeah, seriously. And also, pretty much every single player on the Astros is more likable, with the exception of Roberto Osuna.
Yeah,
and Joey Gallo.
Who do the Rangers right now have that would be you gotta think about this. The Rangers are a business as much as they also are a team. They want a star player that everybody's gonna be like, I want to
have a
that
star
jersey.
Technically.
I mean,
Adrian Beltre, but he might be leaving.
And Joey Gallo.
Yeah, and besides that, who cares? But Now, I will say this, though, and I doubt this will be an issue. Bryce Harper's number, he would not be able to carry over onto the Rangers because it is retired by Nolan Ryan.
That is true. I think Bryce Harper would want to keep 34 because that is sort of his brand. He would want to go to a team where 34 is available. By the way, off on a little tangent here, I've noticed that 34 often goes to, like, really great athletes. Has anybody else noticed this?
Rule 34.
God damn it. We got Shaquille O'Neal, number 34. We got Herschel Walker, number 34. Despite Herschel Walker being like, okay, yeah, he was traded and caused the dynasty of America's team, but he was still
Shut up.
He was still
yes, I say that as a Cowboys fan. Right?
He was a very good player.
Yeah.
Then we've got a lot. There's a lot of athletes that go by 34 that are just great.
Can I say something?
Sure.
If I had to make a final decision where Harper's going, the Cardinals.
All right. I could definitely see the Cardinals going. Him going to the Cardinals.
And this is kind of biased since one of my trainers is a Cardinals fan.
All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and start with sort of.
So we got Harper out of the way.
Yeah.
Some general needs for some of the teams.
Yeah. So let's start with the Braves, since a majority of us are Braves fans. So we have to get someone in the outfield. Honestly, I think our two best options are Marwin Gonzalez and Joey Gallo.
Yeah. Free agent? What?
I mean, Marwin Gonzalez is a free agent, that I know for sure. And I
meant Gallo. I don't think Gallo's a free agent.
Not yet.
No, but I did see an interview or a tweet of one of either like the scouting agents or someone to do with like the Braves getting players talking about Joey Gallo and how much he likes him. But honestly, I'd much prefer Marwin Gonzalez. He's such a nice utility player.
And he can actually not hit 100. He cannot hit 150.
Yeah, I mean he's sort of like, as much as I don't want to say it, he's sort of just like Charlie Culberson but better. I fucking love me some Charlie Culberson, but Marwin Gonzalez, he's already proven himself to be a good utility player. But Charlie Culberson, it's just been 1 year. We don't know if. Speaking of which, I want Charlie Culberson to come back, and I want him to kick ass.
Want to know who else you guys can sign in the outfield? Like what position of outfield do you need?
We need right field.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say if you need center field, Pollock.
Oh yeah, that's
Pollock.
Right. We could get AJ Pollock and just transition him to right field. That wouldn't be that hard. I mean, it's just the outfield. Unlike the infield, which is like you have to actually make adjustments. The outfield, you still have to throw from a very far distance, and you still have to run to catch. But if we could get AJ Pollock, that'd be fantastic.
Okay, so
do I think it's gonna happen? Probably not. I think we'll go for someone more like a Marwin Gonzalez. But all right, Yankees fan, get your vomit out of the way.
Starting pitching. Resign Hap, please. Hap was really good with us. I feel like we should bring back. I want Corbin.
You aren't gonna get Corbin.
Hey. Say he doesn't resign. So yeah, that's really all I'm saying.
All right.
And yeah.
You guys have Masahiro Tanaka, Luis Severino, and J Hap. What more do you want? Sonny Gray not good enough for you know what? No, I'm not gonna say that because you're gonna start frothing at the mouth.
Okay. So let's just
all right.
Go back to a few more predictions.
Yeah. Okay. So
the next story of the offseason.
Let's go to
Manny Machado.
Yes, Manny Machado.
Mm-hmm.
Dickhead incarnate.
I consider better at third base.
The dickhead incarnate. Yeah, he's as much as like the most steaming hot take that I've ever seen. It was him to the Yankees. The Yankees, as much as it would be like what,
As much as I can see that.
it's not going to happen. You guys
not
have
gonna happen.
Andujar and Didi Gregorius. They
Well,
are both
Didi is
fantastic players. They're both.
Didi's Tommy John surgery.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot about that. Who else? Who's your backup at shortstop?
We could just move Glaber to shortstop.
That's right. You got Gleyber Torres. You guys have a lot of talent. You guys have a lot of talent.
No, really. I'm looking at the website right now. It says the Phillies.
Oh yeah, no, the Phillies is actually like a lot
It's
of
viable. Viable.
Machado's old managers are in Philly now, so it'd be a good fit. Yeah. But then that
what
also
teams are, like needy of a shortstop to like just get them up there in contention.
I mean, that just put like Asdrubal Cabrera on the market. Speaking of Asdrubal Cabrera, he's a reliable shortstop / second baseman.
Mm-hmm.
That could possibly be a thing. What do you guys
What's
think?
a team that needs a third baseman / shortstop bad that can just like push them to contention? The Orioles.
Kappa. Titan.
Yes, the Oriole.
Gaston Link. What do you guys think?
I hold on. Let me say something. I'm gonna go with a steaming hot take, and this depends because I don't know how much cap room they have, and if they need a third baseman. Let me look this up. I'll come back to you guys.
Where do I think Machado is going?
Yeah.
Yeah, Machado.
I could see Machado easily going to Cubs.
I see him going to the Phillies.
Yeah, I've heard
Phillies?
Phillies, yeah, dude. A lot of his old managers are in Philly.
I've heard Phillies going around a lot,
All right.
but I don't want that for obvious reasons.
probably gonna be a
Yeah, but
steaming-
also the Phillies,
Mm.
as much as they would like him, their bullpen is probably there's probably the worst out of the entire division. I know that's really far leap because of the Marlins and the Mets, but like, wow, they blew so many games.
Coming from the Braves fan.
Listen, bro. All right, listen, man. You're right, but you still suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, cool.
I'm looking
All right,
something
so
up.
let's go to some other teams that look like they
Hold
need
on,
some...
can I say something?
Oh, sure, go ahead.
For Machado, for me, I have a hot take one, and I have like a realistic one. My hot take one: the LA Angels.
Yeah.
Because Cozart, how old is Cozart? Because Cozart is 33 at third base. They have Simmons. They could keep Simmons at shortstop and just move, and they could probably DH. No, because
Oh yeah, it's a bit, but
DH.
something that's a bit big news. Otani has Tommy John surgery.
Oh, I know. Oh yeah. Then they could just move Cozart to DH.
Yeah. So Otani isn't actually gonna be playing next year, I don't think.
No, he won't. He won't be playing this year.
Yeah.
And then my realistic one.
I do not think Machado and Trout
There's
are going
two
to
teams
get
I can
along.
actually know because Dodgers don't have cap. Phillies.
Yeah, Phillies.
As much as I hate that city,
Yeah. Philly is
and
just like
there's
a
one. There's one more free agent. Like two more free agents I really want to talk about.
Okay, go ahead. Bring him up.
Wilson Ramos.
Wilson Ramos, yes, him, catcher extraordinaire. The Braves could pick him
Traded.
up, although we just picked up Rafi Torres.
We got Kyle Suzuki and Tyler Flowers, right?
Yeah, we.
Suzuki's a free agent.
Suzuki's a free agent, bro. And
damn
it
it,
sucks.
I
I
love-
love Zuck. I
I
love
the
Zuck.
Zook.
I love Zuck.
And I think
If Wilson Ramos were to go to like any team,
I'd say the Rockies.
yeah, you know what? Yeah, the Rockies.
The Rockies need a catcher.
Yeah, they need a catcher and some more consistent
Bullpen.
Yeah, but that's like preaching to the choir. The Rockies will need bullpen help as long as the sun rotates around the Earth. Wait. That's not right. The Earth rotates around the sun.
Yeah, and then the other free agent I want to talk about, kind of big actually, which is this free agent under the radar because of age,
Speak.
but a very big one. Josh Donaldson.
Oh, yes. Josh Donaldson, the third baseman extraordinaire.
And this website I'm looking at has him predicted to also go to the Cardinals. I mean, to go to the Cardinals, not also.
Oh my god, dude. If he were to go to friggin' Cardinals, that'd be
Here's
nutty.
the thing, I can see that.
I can totally see it as well. I could just, dude, like freaking Bryce Harper and Josh Donaldson on the same team, the Cardinals.
But Josh Donaldson,
My dad-
what,
okay,
he
my
missed
dad-
the last 2 months because of injury.
He missed like most of the season of injury.
My dad is a Cardinals fan because he grew up in Collierville, and that was near the Memphis Redbirds, and also the Cardinals, and so he's like the only thing about baseball he cares about is his Cardinals. He does not care about any other team, not even the Braves. He just cares about his Cardinals, and so like he would be jumping for joy if they got Bryce Harper and Josh Donaldson. Oh my god.
My prediction for Donaldson is give me a second here.
I don't know.
I'm looking at teams.
Maybe.
Yeah, I've got the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm seeing the Cardinals, man.
I'm really seeing the Cardinals on this one.
Oh, hold on. Something we completely forgot about. The Rays exist. Josh Donaldson could go to the Rays.
Oh, I don't want that.
Obviously not.
I
but
like the Rays.
The Rays.
I love
the Rays. If they were not in the AL, they would have made the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's the incredibly just
Or the
frustrating
division.
thing about the AL East.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but like the Rays, they have an incredibly bright future in front of them.
Oh yeah.
Like
Snell.
so. Oh my God, so bright. Gast, what do you think, man?
About the Rays?
About Donaldson?
No,
Yeah.
Donaldson. I don't really know. I mean, I don't exactly know where he could be going. It could really be anywhere. If we're talking about teams that would be desperate to maybe get him, I could see Mariners in his future. Maybe.
I don't want to bring up the Mariners because every time I do, it sort of just like drains my soul because they're such a depressing team.
They are.
Oh my God! You want to talk about wasting talent? They are
them and the Angels.
They are the epitome of waste. No, like the Angels have wasted Mike Trout. That's like it. But the friggin' the Mariners. Let's see: Felix Hernandez, Ichiro Suzuki, a bit of Adrian Beltre's career. Let's see who else. God, who else? Mitch Haniger. They've wasted him this year. What's his face? Who else? Edwin Diaz. Holy crap! Edwin Diaz this year was just if he was on a real playoff team, that playoff team would not lose a game if they had the lead in it.
Yeah, so
even the Braves, even the Braves. He was just absurdly good this year. He's gonna win.
Yes.
He's gonna win AL Reliever of the Year
the
without a
Mariners
doubt.
are really depressing. But I think really it'll be interesting. However, I think we should probably, if there's one last free agent that we have not mentioned, we should mention it right now because we are kind of going on for quite a while now at this rate.
Brian McCann.
No.
That
Dallas
old,
Keuchel.
that old fart. Oh, Dallas Keuchel, yes. He's not the same as he once was, but he's
Probably
still
the best starting. No.
he still has a massive pedigree, sort of like Kevin Gossman. But speaking of Kevin Gossman, I love him. He went from being just feudal in Baltimore to being a very great pitcher for us Braves. God bless Kevin Gossman.
Yes.
All right, if we could get Dallas, I could see Dallas Keuchel coming here. To be
I
honest.
can see him on the Braves. I can see him anywhere.
Yes.
Also,
same.
I think Blake Trinan might be a free agent. I might
Yeah.
be wrong. But
anyways.
if we could get Blake Trinan, ooh boy, That'd be
Blake,
great.
Yeah, Blake Trinan could be great. But anyways, Bennett, I think
we should end it here. As much as I love talking baseball, we need to end it
I
here,
mean,
man.
we're gonna leave hockey and basketball out. Let's briefly cover it. Just like briefly.
Yeah, let's
NBA are we can't really fucking cover the NBA because
the only big thing in the NBA that's happened is
let me just say this right now. Reason why we haven't mentioned NHL and NBA, their seasons have just started. I think most teams are at most.
We're just waiting.
Once some bigger stories come around, we'll get to it. We're sorry, but there's just more stuff happening in the NFL and MLB.
Yes.
Yeah. But I would like to say about the NBA, this league has a scoring problem. Like, seriously, you know when the last time, like, as of right now, of 12:02 on November 3rd, do you know when's the last time that both teams scored, like, double digits and not triple digits?
When?
Last Saturday. Between the Bulls and the Hawks. Yeah. Every game this week so far has had at least one team score over 100 points.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Dawson.
That's why I'm not really
Dawson Wright parody video. The NBA has a scoring problem.
It's literally not a competition for scoring.
No one plays defense, and it's not. That's why I'm not really being impressed by all these like big numbers, like Klay Thompson and
okay. Let's cover this one thing. Derrick Rose putting up 50 points after all the shit he's been through.
Yeah,
oh my god, that was
hats
awesome
off to him.
Hats off to him.
Now,
oh my gosh, it was just so fantastic to see. That was one of just those heartwarming moments where you know that he's been working so damn hard. And he's finally found
the right team.
Yeah, he's found the right team. The system's working for him with all the injuries, and it just sort of sucks that his team is becoming a soap opera. But
yeah, it's really a shame. Like that's like the comeback story of the year.
I'm not really a basketball guy myself, but from what I've heard from a friend that's played basketball, is that Derrick Rose's play style is just asking for him to get injured. Because he's very aggressive. He's got a very aggressive play style where he'll like jump. Where he told me he'll like jump, but he'll keep his like ankles locked, or try to, and so like there's no flexibility in his legs, and so it's just see him put up 50 points. Oh my god, it brought a giant smile to my face that took a long time to wipe off.
Yeah,
that was great. That was great.
Beautiful. All right.
And hockey, and we might as well cover the MLS too because Atlanta United. Hoo boy,
okay,
I may be the only one that care about soccer here, but hoo boy, I'm excited about Atlanta United.
I care about soccer too, but I'll go ahead and want to say one quick thing, and then I don't have much more to say because I don't follow it as intensely. FC Dallas out the first round. I'm personally happy about that. Screw that team. Like nobody here in Dallas cares about them.
True.
And everybody's like, oh, they're gonna win it. And I don't know. It's still kind of funny.
Is that the ego of every Dallas fan? Like as soon as their team makes the playoffs, like is it a known fact that they're gonna fucking win the championship?
Yeah. By the way,
for them.
My last comment on MLS, I do want Atlanta United to win. But last thing is DC United versus Columbus. For those who did not watch, so it was a great game. Columbus took a 2-1 lead really early on, and DC ties it in the 112th minute, which is the last.
Wow! Yeah,
it was amazing.
Nice.
So then it goes to penalties, which for those who don't watch soccer, it's kind of the equivalent of shootouts in hockey.
And for those who don't watch hockey, sad.
I don't know what to say. Anyways, so what happens is it goes to penalty kills, and it's the last penalty kill for DC. And if they get this penalty kill, they can extend the penalty kill, so maybe they can win it.
Penalty kill or penalty kick?
Penalty kick. By the way, Rooney missed the first one, which was surprising.
Got him.
Anyways, so final penalty kick, and it's about to go in, and it goes over the net, and the Columbus Crew wins.
Ouch.
Wow.
Most DC way to lose something.
Seriously, it really
Fuck whoever
is.
their owner is, by the way.
So, anyways, this now means that on Sunday we will have. Oh, by the way, LSFC lost to Real Salt Lake City, but that's not really, anything notable, so I didn't mention it. Oh, and Philadelphia got curb stomped by New York City FC.
XD.
So, anyways, this Sunday we got Atlanta United versus New York FC. Go Atlanta United.
Atlanta.
We got. What was the other one? New York Red Bulls versus the Columbus Crew. Portland versus Seattle Sounders, and then Real Salt Lake versus Sporting KC. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm not gonna make any predictions because we're already going quite far, but it'll.
Atlanta United for the MLS Championship, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, Atlanta United, please.
Just want to know I'm not a big hockey.
Please, I'm begging you, bring a championship to Atlanta, please. I've been suffering for so long.
And then I'm gonna just go start rooting for the Nashville team. There you go.
Nice. Yeah. All right.
Anyways, so okay, is there any last thoughts we want to have? Because,
Nope. All right.
All right, everybody. So,
thank you very much for listening, and we hope you'll join us next time on the Turnover Machine podcast. This has been Bennett, joined by Fly, Gasmine, and Link, and we will see you next time.
Man, I wanted to say that.
Thank you.
See ya.